I want to go now live to Arizona and to Mark Finchem. Finchem's the delegate from southern Arizona, from Oro Valley, the Valley of Gold, I think it's called, that down there in Tucson, that drove the initial hearing that Rudy came out there. Give us an update. There's all kind of stuff coming out over the weekend. I want to know, where do you stand, number one, with the Board of Supervisors of Maricopa County, 4-1 Republican, that are fighting off this subpoena to get to the machines and to get to a audit. Where do we stand with that, Mark Finchem?
This thing's got hair all over it, man. So you've got a Board of Supervisors who said, oh, we want to cooperate, we want transparency, we want to protect the evidence so that the legislature can have a good look at what there is to see. Then, after they say we're going to cooperate with you, they turn around and say, no, we're going to fight the subpoena with all the power we have. Now, keep in mind, they're a political subdivision, which means they're a functionary of the state. So now they're challenging us. They were successful in having an order of dismissal without prejudice. So the judge said, if you were to refile under certain conditions, basically leaving breadcrumbs for the Senate, we'll take it back under consideration. So it's my understanding, just got a text from the Senate Judiciary Chairman. He's working on it. It's not been filed yet, but we expect to see it filed today. That means that it could be assigned as early as tomorrow. They're not going to be able to play the game of a show cause hearing because they already tried that tactic. It's been dismissed essentially, and now we should be going directly to oral arguments. At the same time, the people of Maricopa County are engaged in a full-on uprising. Wednesday at the Capitol, they are calling for every Republican in Maricopa County to come down and sign a total recall effort. I mean, you're talking about four Republicans, supposed Republicans, who claim that they are supporting transparency, who claim that they are servants of the people. Right. Prove it. You've got about 48 hours to abide by the subpoenas, get off the dime, and allow for us to begin scanning the images and taking a look at them, and to begin doing a forensic audit on the machinery. Now, this notion that they're making the claim, well, the ballot images are not a public record. Really? If that's the case, why are you required to keep them for 22 months after an election? What kind of idiots do you think we are? So if they think this is going to go away, they are sadly mistaken, my friend. These people are on a mission now, and they are so angry that this is now catching fire across the entire state.
One other question. I'm hearing from Arizona, my sources in Arizona, who have had it. They're talking about, if there's not a special session called by Ducey, who thinks he's going to be a senator in 2022 and thinks one day he's going to be competitive for the president of the United States, they're talking about bringing articles of impeachment if he doesn't step up and do the right thing here. What are you hearing, Delegate Finchem?
My email and phone system is blowing up every single day that my assistant is available. And the comments are 100% stay the course, except for the one Democrat lady that calls me every single day and says, when are you going to accept that Donald Trump lost? She's now actually gotten very...
Tell her, here's a response, when hell freezes over.
You asked about impeachment. So we are now getting demands, and the calls that are coming in are ramping up. I don't know where it's all coming from, but we are getting calls for recall of the governor, recall of the Secretary of State, recall of the AG. That was one that came up today. Also, impeachment of the Secretary of State, impeachment of the governor. This is all coming from the grassroots. So newsflash, folks, if you think this is going away, you got another thing coming. So you asked about what could you do to help us. On Wednesday at the Capitol, there's supposed to be, and I don't have all the details on it yet, I'm guessing around noon. That's usually when people do these kinds of things. They are having an organizational rally for total recall of the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors, all four Republicans at the same time. And from what I'm seeing, both in the media and in phone calls and emails and protests at the Capitol. These folks are serious. Serious as a heart attack.
So I want everybody. We'll get more details tonight. We'll put them into the system here. We want everybody to get all the details about how to do it. But this is, hey, listen, recall, impeachment. If they're not going to step up and follow the Constitution, if they're not going to back people that are trying to defend the Republic, people like Mo Brooks, people like Mark Finchem, people like Kelly Ward, people that are trying to working 24/7. Finchem, anything else about Arizona that we should know on the evening show before we punch out and tee up tomorrow's show?
So tomorrow morning, I'll be checking the Maricopa County clerk of the court log to see if the case has been filed. Watch that closely. If the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors finally say, okay, uncle, we're going to do this, then we've got movement. Now, there are some folks that are saying, well, you're going to have to be called in for a special session, yada, yada, yada. I disagree with them. All they need to have at this point, if we can't get that from our governor, just filing a notice with the vice president that we have found sufficient, that gives Vice President Pence defensible space to say, I'm not accepting this slate of electors. I'm going to accept this slate of electors. Okay? So it's a way for us to work around the deep state.
Yeah. Mark Finchem, what's your, real quickly, what's your Twitter handle?
At Mark Finchem, that's the at symbol, obviously, MarkFinchem. And I'll post something out. Got the details for the protest at the Capitol on Wednesday. I'll post the details out there.